Alright, in order to do this, the first step is to remove all this plastic panel over here. It's easy, just use your finger and pop it open. And then you gotta pop this little plastic piece open, and it's pretty easy. Just use your nail, your finger, pull it downward this way, and it should pop right out. Oh, yep. Yep, that's it. And thirdly, you gotta remove this little wire, this little plug right here. Pull down this red lever and pull down the red lever, and then push. I'm not sure can you see it, but there's a little tab right here. Push down the tab and it comes right off. And once you got these removed, you gotta remove this bolt, this nut, and this little nut over here. Okay. Oh, by the way, you shouldn't have this red piece over here. This is my own resistor. This to get rid of the code over there. I'll explain it later. But yeah, so you loosen these bolts. This one over here looks something like this. Keep it a safe place, and then remove this one. And once you're done with that, the whole entire backlight, this whole piece should come right off. Just pull it out from top. Oh, yep, dangling wire. Okay, I'm gonna take this upstairs to my room and I'll show you how the wiring's done. So, this is the LED, the backlight. Oh, and yeah, this is where the bulb goes. Yeah, you lock it. This is how you lock it. Anyway, unlock it, just twist it and pull it out. And if you look at the wiring here, you can see there's two sets of wire, and the gray one here is the one that goes all the way to the resistor, which I'll explain later how to wire that up. And the white one are the ones that is connected to the LED, which is right all the way at the bottom of here. That's out of focus. But anyway, you get the point. And how I hooked it up is this way. Let me pull it out for it. Here. There's actually, don't worry, there's actually heat string tube here. I just cut it out just now, right here, just to show you guys how I did the wiring. So what I did is I got some used credit card or whatever gift card whatever card you can find. Plastic card, make sure it's plastic, and cut it up so it resembles the like a normal bulb size, the plug-in part. So this is a halogen bulb, and if you look at it, they're the exact same, almost exact same width, and the thickness is about the same. I used 2 credit cards here, by the way, like 2 layers of credit card, and I wrapped it up. I wrapped it around with a little piece of wire. I twist it at the end, so make sure it doesn't come off. Oh, and I put two little indents over here so it doesn't slide around. And so anyway, let me explain the wiring here. And in order to make this very easy to understand, in case I mean, there are gotta be some people who doesn't know too much about. No offense, but there's going to be some people who doesn't really know about the electrical diagram, stuff like that. So I'm going to make this very easy to understand. By the way, this is the LED strip I used for the backup light. So this is how I would wire it, like this, and then this little rectangular here represents the credit card, pretty much. Credit card cut up. And this is the resistor. By the way, resistor, you gotta use a 10 ohm resistor with a at least, I say, 15 watt rating. It's well, mathematically, I did the math, it pulls about 14.4 watt. But just to be on the safe side, I got a 20. Well, actually, you know what? They didn't sell the 15 one in the store, so I just got a 20. Doesn't really matter. As long as it's not below 15, you're good. And you wired it up like this, parallelly onto here. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want to know about the polarity and stuff, for resistors, there's no polarity, so you can solder it either way. It doesn't really matter. That means, if you look at this diagram again, this little crappy diagram, you can solder it this way, or you can flip it around and solder it this way. It'll work just fine. In order to make the LED stick to the bottom of the housing, so you can, if you look at it carefully here, these are 3 LEDs here. And what I actually did is that I used a double-sided tape. I got this nice double-sided tape from 3M. I forgot what it's called, but it's very good. It holds up very well. So what I did is just I cut out little tiny pieces of it. I stuck it onto the sides everywhere, and I just pretty much wire everything up, and I use my finger carefully, put it in, and just use a little pencil. Use a pencil, and make sure I push it up against the housing here. And it sticks very well. I've been using this for a couple months, and it's working very well. Oh, and let me tell you about the resistor, how to mount the resistor. There's many ways you can mount it, but since the resistor would get very hot, even though, I mean, usually you don't back up for a long time, and it shouldn't get too hot, but in case it does get hot, you have to make sure it's mounted on something metal or metallic. So what I did is I got a little strip of aluminum I had laying around. I drilled a hole that's about the size of the bolt. This bolt. These are the bolts that bolts this whole unit onto the hatch. And if you can look at this, it fits right on. And so this is actually how I'm holding on to it, because you need something that holds it very well, or it might rattle and makes noise and everything. So what I did is I wire everything up. I got some decent size heat shrink tube. I shrink it once first, just to make sure it isolates the heat, and then the second strip, the second heat shrink tube I used on top is to mount this piece of aluminum on, and it holds up very well. You can see I can't really move it at all, and yep, and that's basically it. It's very simple, and the reason why I went for this design, this method, is so that none of the wire on the stock headlight is altered at all. If I don't like it, I can just cut these wire and then pull the whole LED unit out and plug the halogen bulb back in here, and I'm good to go. Nothing is changed. So everything is modified only onto the LED, all my DIY stuff pretty much, all these little parts. The heat shrink back on, and I plugged it in, and I'll wire it up right now in my room to show you how it looks. Okay, so I wired it up, plug it back in, and let me turn it on. Oh, yep, there you go. And if you look closely, see, 3 LED. I think it looks pretty good. And that's basically it. That's my whole tutorial.